If you want to know how to cut and sew a short perfectly with elastic band, please stay to the end of this video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sew by Babel. If you are new to this channel, you are highly welcome, and if you're a subscriber, thank you for sticking around. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to draft a pattern to get a perfect short, and you can use it for a ready to wear as well. So first, I will go ahead to mark out the length of my short. I'll be using 14 inches, and also I'll be subtracting 2 from the upper side for my waistband. The waistband is about 2 inches. So after doing that, I will just go ahead to rule out the other side. And now at this point, I'll be dividing my hip measurement by 4, and that is the measurement you see on my pattern paper. So after doing that, I will just go ahead to mark out my hip length and my crotch length as well. So this is the 2 inches I'm marking out. I marked out 2 inches because I will also be drafting the back pattern on this same pattern paper. So at this point, I will just go ahead to mark out my hem. That's the hem of my trouser, just like you see. So I marked out the hem and also marked out my hip length and my crotch length. My crotch length is 11.5 and my hip length is 9 inches. And note that you will also be subtracting 2 inches from your hip length and your crotch length as well. You will not be taking the whole full 6 hip length measurement and crotch length because it's also attached to the waistband. Just note that. So after doing this, now I will go ahead to extend my crotch length by 2.5 inches. And how did I get the 2.5 inches? Your hip length, your hip round divided by 4, and you divide that also by 4, so you get that as your your crotch length extension, your crotch extension. So at this point now, I'll go ahead to divide the space between my hip and my crotch length measurement in 2, and also the extension I'll go ahead to divide it in 2, just like you see me do. So this will help the crotch sit well. So at the first, I'll go ahead to extend and connect the first markings like this, and the second one I'll go ahead to connect it from the hip length to the divided crotch extension, just like you see me do. So after doing that, I will just later on go ahead to just blend this in. Just go ahead to blend it in like this. You can use your freehand or your curve ruler. So I'd done that already. I just went ahead to blend this in just like this. So now I will go ahead to measure my crotch extension as well, and after measuring that, I will go ahead to take that measurement on my hem length, just like you see me doing. Measure the measurement you have on your crotch length extension, and after doing that, just take the same measurement on your hem. And after doing that, you divide it into, I used a broken line, a dotted line to indicate this. And now I will just go ahead to distribute my thigh measurement evenly. Just you divide your thigh measurement, and you from that dotted line, you go ahead to distribute it evenly. So that's what I did, and that's how I was able to connect my crotch depth to my hem, my trouser length, or my short length, sorry, not trouser length, short length. So just like this, you go ahead to divide it into, distribute it evenly. And even if it's a trouser length, that's how you would do it for your knee. You divide it into and distribute it evenly. So after doing that, I just went ahead to connect it like this, and that's that for the front pattern. And note that this is an elastic waist. So from this point, I'll go in by 4 inches, which is my bust span, and also divide it in 2. And after doing that, I will just go to my crotch extension for the back, and for my crotch extensions for the back I'll be using 2 inches, and I'll come down by half an inch to prevent any discomfort at the cheekbone. So from this point here, from the intercepting point from the front crotch, I'll go out by 2 inches and just mark it. Just place the tape on your interception and just mark 2 inches, and that will give you your crotch depth for the back piece. So after doing that, you would go ahead to measure the outer seam or the inner seam of your front length, and with the measurement you have there, you would go ahead to take the same measurement on your back seam, inner seam as well. So just like you see me doing, I had at that point I had 4.5, so I'll just go ahead to mark 4.5. And because the crotch length is not the same, the crotch depth is not the same measurement, definitely it might want to look like it's longer. So you will just use your tape rule to you use your tape rule to curve it out. Just take the measurement you have there, then you place your tape rule and use it to measure it. Just ensure that you have the same length. Just ensure you have the same length, so regardless of the differences, it will still be the same. So that's what I went ahead to do at this point. I make sure the measurement is the same, and I obtained that by slanting the tape rule. So at this point, I had to attach a piece of pattern paper to the upper side of my pattern paper because of the waist extension. And it's just a little piece that I actually needed, but I had to add an extra piece. So I went ahead to also go up by 2 inches. That's the 2 inches that I added. That's the 2.5 inches rather that I added as my crotch depth for the front. So I will replace it. I will just use that same measurement. That's 1.5. That is my front crotch depth rather. That's what I'll go ahead to add to the upper side of my back waist height. So I'm just taking it to show you. I'm just taking the measurement to show you. That's 2.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead to mark it like this. As you can see, it's just a little that I needed, but I just had to add the measurement, an extra pattern paper. So after doing that, I will just go ahead to mark 10.5, which is my hip measurement divided by 4, which is the measurement I'm using for the waist, also because it is an elastic waist. It is not a fitted waistband. It's an elastic waistband, so we need to have it as much as this, which is the hip round measurement divided by 4. So I will just go ahead to curve it out like this. I think I did already. I'd curved out the crotch depth for the back as well. So the measurement I have on the front, I will just go ahead to relate that on my pattern paper. So just place your tape rule like this, 10.5, and just make sure you mark out the place that it stopped at 10.5, and that will be the waist round for the back as well, just like this. I've marked out the 10.5 inches, and now I'll just go ahead to use my ruler to connect it. Just like you see me do. So I'll go ahead to connect it like this, and I will just give it a little bit of a curve at that outside seam, just like that. And I think we are almost done with our pattern. So from this point now, I will just go ahead to connect it down. I'll go ahead to connect it down to the M line. Just connect it down, and note that I'm not adding any sewing allowance. You can decide to add the sewing allowance, or you decide to add the sewing allowance on your fabric before cutting it. Also, to get the best result, I would advise you draft the front and the back separate, because now I will just go ahead to separate my pattern, which means I'll be tracing out one of the pattern, either the front and or the back, on another piece of paper or a piece of pattern paper. Then I'll trace it out and cut it to have my front and the back separate as well. So guys, this is it, and I can't wait to show you how beautiful the short is. Let me know if you'll be trying this in the comment section, and if you are still watching this video, thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about this short pattern, and also if you'll be trying it out. Also, let me know if you have a different method to drafting or cutting and sewing a short with elastic band as well. Thank you for watching this video. I love you guys. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, and if you subscribe, please give this video a thumbs up. Also share this video so anybody on your timeline who is interested in sewing a short can see this and also learn something from it. Thank you guys. Bye.